It's just too cold and windy for me to be at the beach. I swam for a little bit and I kind of, you can thread in the water, you can walk in the water. It's a resistance to wear. It definitely counts exercise, but it's just too windy, too cold, and horrible. People who live here are very lucky. I feel like if you're gonna live in this very cold country, but if you live here in these nice apartments near the beach, God bless you, baby, because it doesn't get any better than that. But then I'm kind of torn between the idea of being rich in a cold country and being rich in a warm country. I'd rather be rich in a warm country. I'm never going to be rich, so I would rather live in a warm climate where it gets hot in the summer. It doesn't get hot in the summer here. It barely gets a little warm. Okay. I completely went a different way because there were two women with huge dogs walking towards me. So it would be ironic and incredibly frustrating if I run into them again. Never any good, so it wouldn't make a difference. Hey, there's somebody like walking right behind you. It happens very often in Norway. There's like somebody walking right behind you. You can't hear them until they're super close, and maybe you're talking on the phone or you're talking to yourself, which is super embarrassing. Okay, so these toilets you can pay. It costs 10 kroner. Free to use them. So if you're desperate, go ahead and pay the $10 to use them. But I'm going to tell you something. Let me tell you a secret about these toilets. It's probably no surprise to anybody that they usually stink and they're absolutely gross. I have been so desperate on occasion that I had to use one of those. But I try my hardest never to reach that level of desperation to where I have to use one of those toilets. Really. Asking yourselves, or trying to ask me, because you don't have access to the chat because you're not subscribing, you want to ask me, how do you avoid reaching that level of desperation? Well, here's what you do. Go to the toilet before you leave the house and don't drink any water or soda. Just don't consume any beverages. if you're going to subscribe to my channel, you have to also click on my name and look at the channel, look at what's in there. Interviews are kind of like podcasts, these interviews. And I discuss a variety of different topics, but mostly it is about English-speaking countries. And if we're not talking about an English-speaking country, we're talking about a country where English is spoken as a foreign language and how people learn, what they do with it. I teach English and Spanish here in Norway, so I'd like to have more people to interview in Spanish. I only have one interview in Spanish as of now, but I'm trying to organize with someone else. It's harder to find somebody to interview in Spanish than it is in English. What do you mean? There are classes that I teach here online. Is that what you mean by I'm your English teacher? It's gotta be. There's several hours of English classes on here. If you had to guess, what do you think this place is? I would definitely approach the counter and just order it from there. But the last time I tried to do that, they didn't come to the counter. I'm sorry, I just said like 2 minutes ago that I was a Spanish teacher and that I was going to interview somebody in Spanish, and now somebody's asking me, oh, do you know Spanish?
Hallo?
Hej, jag vill beställa en pizza, en margarita stor.
Ja,
Jag ska
det
hämta...
var allt.
Ja, jag ska hämta den.
Ja, då tar det cirka 20 minuter.
Okej, tusen tack.
Varsågod, ha det bra.
Ha det. No, I didn't order a drink with that. I just ordered the pizza. Like I said, I didn't order a drink with that. I just ordered a pizza. Look, if you're gonna troll, don't even waste your time because I'm not very fond of trolls. Oh, look, they have stuff here too. These are actually tablecloths. I'm gonna start banning people because I'm getting annoyed. What is 70%? Let me see. What is 70% of 500? So 70% of 500. 10% of 500 is 50. So 70% is going to be 350. I think I'm going to buy this. I wasn't really looking for anything, but I found this. I think I'm gonna buy it. It's just bed sheets. think I just did the math and said it, didn't I? I'm gonna buy this one. I don't like the pattern, but I kind of like it, but I like the price for it. Yes, I did, sweetheart. I did the math out loud. Hej. Är det 70%?
Ja, det är 70%, ja.
Bra.
Vill du ha en pose?
Nej.
Ska du vilja med bland?
Jag tror det är
Ja,
det.
telefonnummer.
Jag är 40.
Du har 50 för den då.
Okej. Jag kom mannen min sin telefonnummer med mitt eget.
Tack ska du ha. Vill du ha med kvittering på det?
Nej tack, det var bra.
Då får du ha en fin dag vidare.
Du också.
Ja.
Mhm. So buying bed sheets was not on my bingo card for today. But I can always use new ones. Mine are torn to shit, so. This is something I do really like about Norway is being able to recycle your bottle for market and getting a discount for the stuff that you buy. Jason Moreland. You know what you should do, Jason Moreland? And don't hate me for saying that. Why don't you click on my and look at what's on there? Just do it and then come back in here. Jag är norsk, säger han. Congratulations on that. Norway is a very organized, beautiful country. People, for the most part, are really nice. Love that. And if you like winter sports, that's your place. That's the best place for you to come. I love this. I love that you can recycle your bottles and get a discount for your grocery. That's what I do anyway. Some people might take the money out. I had a friend who would come here once every 6 months. He was trying to learn Norwegian. And he would come here every 6 months. And I remember he'd do the unthinkable. I mean, I myself would never do that, but he would go through trash cans. He would walk around town going through trash cans, and he would collect the bottles, and then he would exchange it for money. He also played the guitar in town. He sat in the streets and played the guitar. He made money from all of that. And I remember he paid me in cash for classes. I taught him Portuguese, Norwegian, and and Spanish. He used to pay for the class with the money that he got bottles and from playing guitar in the streets. So the cash was always the cash did not look that great, and there were always lots of coins. That's so funny because I set this channel for not for kids. So there absolutely should not be any kids here. I usually ban people as soon as I see like that's a kid. I'm gonna ban them because I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube. So I'm thinking I'm probably gonna have to ban a couple of people already now. I did not think this through. Now I'm gonna have to take the bus carrying a frigging pizza. That is gonna be fine. I have to call Skylar and let her know that I'm bringing home a pizza.